Hello, and welcome to Gauntlet Comics Masks Session 2. My name's Rich. I use the he, him pronouns. You're watching my YouTube channel where I play awesome tabletop role-playing games with friends. This is part of the Gauntlet community, which you can find out all about at gauntlet-rpg.com. Gauntlet community is a fantastic place to meet folks and to get into games like this. We have over 100 sessions every month ongoing. I have a forum that's very active and lively. And if you're interested in contributing a Patreon as well, there's a publishing arm. There's all kinds of stuff. It's a multi-headed hydra of RPG goodness. Gauntlet Comics is a subsection of Gauntlet, where a bunch of the members of the community play in a made-up comics world, like an imprint of a comic book, similar to Vertigo or Image or DC, where lots of different stories are taking place in a fantastical modern-ish world, where supers is kind of the default assumption, but boy, do we play lots of different RPGs and kind of winnow them in to that shared setting. We do have a wiki for it so that everybody can update the characters and share them back and forth, kind of an exquisite corpse type game, if you know what that means. If not, we just kind of beg and borrow characters between each other and shape and reshape the world. Is fun. And Gauntlet Comic Masks, this is a thing I'll be running bi-monthly. We'll be running 2 months of masks, and then the plan, oh, we lost somebody. Looks like Sherry dropped. Hopefully she'll rejoin us. And the plan is that we'll port these characters as they are after 2 months into a game that's in playtest called Power Beyond Doubt. Very excited about that. As we are in our second session, a little bit of setup has taken place. We, of course, went through the relationships and backstory for our team of young teens. And I've decided to use Hope Prep, which is a high school supers high school. So all the high school students are supers. They do have some at-risk children of villains and henchmen, as well as young legacies and folks just with weird powers, along with aliens. It's located in New Gauntlet City. I still haven't stuck it in a neighborhood. Oh, no, I think I stuck it in Midtown. I'll have to check the wiki. I'm pretty positive I stuck it in Midtown. Oh, God, if I'm wrong, I'll have to be sad or mad at myself later. I'm not clicking the wiki because it's just that easy, friends. It is in downtown West. I was wrong, but I fixed it. Oh, our team should be the hopefuls. That's not bad. Cool. So, guys, started off in Hope Prep. There was some bullying that went on, which led to throwing down a gauntlet and a slapping across the face and a challenge to a fight that ended up scheduled for after school. There was some hijinks, some detentions thrown about, a fight that kind of started, but then the president of Hope Prep showed up in a hard move that ended our session as he insisted that everybody needed to vacate the premises. So a lot has happened. We are going to first, I'll ask, are there any start of session moves? I'll get to know this as I become more familiar. And then of course someone will buy in advance and all of a sudden they'll have one when I thought there wasn't one, but it looks like there aren't any. Hopefully Sherry's okay. We are going to roll in with no start of session moves. We will pick up just a bit after we left off. And it is in the afternoon. Juan, is that how you say it? Juan or Yuan?
Yuan.
Yuan Baylor, the Pale Prince, is sitting. His beautiful hair is just a little mussed because of the sudden rain that President Maelstrom had summoned. He's seated at just outside the principal's office. He's seated right beside none other than Ken Demos, son of Ares, who he challenged to a fight because Demos was bullying poor Janos Farron. Demos, where he doesn't have his shield and his sword anymore. He's just sitting there in a drenched black t-shirt. Doesn't seem terribly worried about being just outside the principal's office. Perhaps this is not his first trip. Narrator says, no, it was not. You can hear some conversation happening behind closed doors. There are no adults in the room. You are expected, as you are told, Pale Prince, stay here until I call for you, is what President Maelstrom had said to you. And then he left you there with Demos. Demos's elbows are on his knees, and he's... Why did you say all that stuff about my dad?
Yeah, I think Yuan actually looks pretty nervous at that. And I must say, Child of Ares, that I hope my battle talk was not taken to heart. It was merely words to try and throw you off your game, because I knew, even with my compatriot Kelvin, that the chance of victory against you was rather small. Your physique is beyond impressive, while your fighting prowess is evident in how you carried yourself. If anything, it was nerves on my part. Please, realize your power is impeccable. And I think I'm trying to comfort and support him.
Wow. Okay. That was an unexpected turn. Hey, Sherry, everything okay? All right, cool. I assume a cat disconnected some part of your overall computer schema. Yep. It's all good. All right. So you've just missed Yuan Baylor sitting beside Demos outside of the principal's office or President Maelstrom's office. And instead of yet another fight, when Demos said, why did you say all that stuff about my dad? Yuan just decided to try to comfort and support him. Just volunteered that. I'm so excited to see where this goes.
Oh, I have the anger condition, so that's a 7.
Oh, so close. So close. So on a 7 to 9, on comfort support, on a hit they hear you, they would mark potential clear conditioner shift labels. They open up to you. This is the NPC. So it's a little wonky, but I love it. I love the setup for it.
If they're a villain, they always open up to clear condition.
Really?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, core book, man.
Awesome. I should read that sometime. All the way cover to cover. He says, did somebody tell you about my dad or something? Because I mean, he's never around, and it's just like, you know, man. I mean, I figure at some point he's got to see me doing something awesome, right?
I think if you carved your own narrative into the world, I mean, you're a demigod, a child of Ares, one of the strongest of the pantheon that you represent. You can bend your own fate, make a narrative that he cannot deny, that he comes to you and begs to be a part of your story. You're not a footnote in his.
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's worth a shot, I guess. I just figured Pale Prince challenged me into a fight. This is the way it's supposed to be. And then it just went terrible.
I know. I mean, look at me, and in this society, it looks like I'm kind of fragile. You probably thought it would have been easy, but that battle brother of mine, I hope Kelvin's keeping him good company.
Hey, just between you and me, Prince, your little battle brother's kind of stupid. He's not very smart. People are really going to pants him.
Oh, I was talking about Enos. Kelvin is my compatriot. He's not my battle brother. We have not traded blood yet. But I find that would probably be impractical. I'd probably have to scar my mithril arm and have his lava engrave it, because otherwise I'd lose my other hand, and that sounds impractical.
You mean like the horse? It's your
Yes.
battle brother? Like you're related to a horse?
We have sworn to defend one another and lay our lives down upon the very grounds for one another. We are bound by blood, by honor, and by loyalty.
Your horse can talk?
No, he's a unicorn. That's silly. He communicates through dreams.
Oh. Yeah, that totally clears it up. Cool. The door opens up and President Maelstrom sticks his head through. Now, hopefully you guys have glanced over and seen the picture of President Maelstrom. Often when he's angry, there is literally a cloud that surrounds him. But right now, he's keeping things under control. And so he's in his nice three-piece suit, and he says, Ken, if you could please come in. And then Demos gets up and does the teenager kind of walk, and he goes inside. The door shuts again.
Can I say one thing before he goes in?
Absolutely.
Stand strong, compatriot. Detention is fun.
Nice. Cool. So, yeah, here is. I was going to do a custom move, and I just never found one that I liked. I never stumbled into one that I really loved. So instead, I'm just going to have you, when you are called to the office for something that you did, and you have a chat with President Maelstrom, go ahead and take a powerful blow. So he's not physically hurting you. He's just browbeating you. So
He's just disappointed.
He's super disappointed. He's just...
I got a 5.
Wow, you stand strong. Tell us how you weather the blow and go ahead and mark that potential.
I think you've heard me be flowery. I don't want to take up more monologue time because I did a good one.
Uh-huh.
But I think it's just he weaves this narrative of he and Kelvin as brave heroes saving Janosch, and that it was just it was the Fae versus the gods. One cannot stand across from such things. And besides, it was after school. It's not like I fought in the halls.
And so we pick up with you walking out, and President Maelstrom has his hand on your back, and he says, Son, I appreciate you standing up to bullies. And I do know that Ken Demos had some personal objectives to work through. Let's just please try to keep it off of school property, and remember that violence is not the answer.
You should, I would not believe the Gauntleteer would say that, but it's a unique idea that violence is not the answer. I will ruminate upon this. This is indeed wise word. These are indeed wise words.
Cool. So let's jump to some after school fun, friends, because that's always better when you're not at school. That's when all the good stuff happens. Tinsel, if I remember correctly, you received a text message that you were needed, and instead you chose that your friends. Oh, by the way, Sherry, it's been posited that the team should be called the Hopefuls. So the Hopefuls kind of drug you into these shenanigans here.
Did they?
We dragged her in. There were no drugs involved. Drugs are bad.
Exactly. Dragged her in. Sorry. You were dragged into this trouble.
Okay, that sounds good.
Subject will go with that. Tinsel. Not tinsel like goes on a Christmas tree, but
no, tensile.
I'm just going to mispronounce every name you ever have for every character, Leah, until I get it right. It's just evidently the way it's going to work, unfortunately, with me. Unless you start phonetically naming your characters for me, I'm going to screw
Then
up.
I would have to learn the IPA, which I have no intention of doing.
Fine, then just let me screw up the first one, then correct me, and I'll get it right. All right, cool. So, Tensile, Magdu, what did you do? Because subject took off. Like, she booked it. It looks like Yuan and both Demos are going to the president's office, the dean's office, as it were. You can easily slip out of this. And
Oh, I'm 100% slipping out of this. I did not start this fight. I didn't even land any blows in this fight, despite attempting to. Like, I'm not getting in trouble with this fight.
So, who did you bring along with you? And where did you end up?
Well, I am trying to, meet up with my mentor since she was texting me and annoyed that I was running slow, I think. So I'd head to wherever she wanted. I'm happy to bring along either Sobchak or Kelvin, either of you who is up for it.
Yeah, I'm happy to come along. Did I get away from consequences for being involved in this fight?
Did you try to get away? I guess is the question.
Superheroes choose their battles.
It's a good lesson.
It's a good lesson. Yeah, I feel like I chose this one here, but I don't need to choose the battle of explaining myself to Professor Maelstrom if I can avoid that. So yeah, I'll happily skip if there's an opportunity presented by Magdu.
I feel like I probably make that opportunity by urgently miming a phone call and then making a dramatic face and going, "Quick, Kelvin, this is important," as we walk away. And probably no one is actually paying that much attention for this whole dramatic performance, but Magdu is 100% committed to it.
Just sort of justifying why Kelvin needs to come. Yeah. So I say, "Oh, something important," and I toss off towards Yuan. "Good fighting alongside you. Let's do this again sometime." And then rush over to Magdu to see how I need to help her.
Nice. So we skip ahead to Tensile and Kelvin walking into one of the nearby hipster coffee houses that also features a Chinese dim sum menu known as Bean There, Dumb That. Bean There, Dumb That. We're going to say it's in the College Hill location. You guys had to, I don't know if you Ubered or if you threw Kelvin with your tensile strength. I don't know. You walk in. I'm curious. Kelvin, I mean, you are what you are. Tensile, are you dressed as Tensile or did you dress?
I'm in civvies. We're meeting at a civilian location. We've talked about this kind of thing.
Good. So,
I am also wearing civilian clothing. It's just on over top of my crystalline skin that is keeping the lava inside.
Nice. So you see also in civvies, you recognize an Examandra, and she sees you, and then she looks past you as Kelvin walks in, and you know her well enough, Tensile, that Kelvin probably can't get this read, but there's a great. This is not what I expected. So you come in, and she gestures for you to have a seat. I assume Kelvin, can you sit in a booth? Are you so big that you can't sit in a booth? Like, how does that work?
I think I can kind of perch. It's not a very comfortable sit, but I'll make do.
Okay. Cool.
But I think as we sit down, Magdu says, and this is stretching it a little, that she's like, we've talked before about, you getting a better sense of what I'm working with on my team. So I thought I'd bring Kelvin along today. And it's probably an offhand comment made previously, but it was technically made. The loophole is there.
It's good to see you, Magdu and Kelvin. So,
What are we supposed to call you when you're, dressed like this?
Mandra's fine.
Mandra, all right. Good to see you.
It's nice to meet you, Calvin. I've read a bit about you, and it's interesting. I would be curious how our powers would interact, to be honest. Magdu, unfortunately, you took so long that I solved the problem myself. It was an excellent learning opportunity for you, but you were busy doing something else. What were you doing? Oh, you're muted. Dang it, it's the headset mic thingy again that we had before. Dang it.
She's going to pop out and pop back on to see if that fixes the problem.
Okay, cool. We'll see if it takes more in the second one. Jump over to Elaine's subject.
5213 Shoreline Drive in Mound and is 31 miles away.
I think it's okay if you cut away, and we'll jump back when
Well, Google Assistant thought I was talking to it. Sorry about the background there. Subcheck, you ran.
I did.
Ran. Yes. I mean, discretion is the better part of valor.
I don't think there was anything about it. It was pure instinct. Maelstrom is overwhelming.
He is. It's like taking a powerful blow every time he calls you into his office.
Exactly. Subcheck doesn't like it, and Elaine doesn't like it.
Where did Elaine end up? And Subject as well.
I'm just checking. Am I audible now?
Yes, you are audible. You're good.
Awesome.
That did fix it.
She ended up about 2 blocks away from school. She doesn't run that fast. But she also, stopped to catch her breath about the same time that Junior stopped to catch his breath.
Nice. So yeah, Junior, the who claims to be the son of a Sasquatch. He's half Sasquatch. Walter Wally Thompson Jr. I think he ran because he just can't get in trouble. So let's say that you guys are just outside of like a bodega, like a corner store, a downtown-y kind of corner store thing. He's barefoot because every time he becomes like his Sasquatch size, he just rips out of his shoes. So now he's just like 6 feet tall because he's shrunk back down. But now he's barefoot, and it looks like it's about to rain.
And I sort of stopped because she's breathing really hard. She's not like super physically fit like he is. She stops and she goes, They have flip-flops here. They only cost $1. And she'll go inside.
$1. Yeah, let's do that. You're a troublemaker.
She goes, I just wanted to help. I had to make trouble.
Yeah, he opens the door, holds it open for you to walk in. He walks in behind you. There's a little bit of I think there's like some cool Hindi music playing in the background, like Bollywood style music, and you can see there's one woman who's over by the freezers, like checking on all the different milks, try to find the best one. And there's this long one of the counters, or not counters, but like the middle aisles has just rows and rows of different candied confections and all kinds of stuff and plastic wrap. And he walks over and grabs a pair of flip-flops and kind of leans against the wall. You hear it groan a bit as he places it against his foot. Then he gets another pair. What do you do?
I think she goes, I'll get us some waters. I guess I owe you.
Yeah. Not the cheap stuff. Get the smart water. I like smart water.
And she goes, they don't have smart water. They've only got clever water.
You're lying.
And she'll bring it back. It's clever water. It's got a little dancing brain on it.
He looks at it. It's kind of small in his hands.
But it's mango flavored.
I don't think it's gonna. All right, I feel a little clever. Do you?
Just glad I found some. She has a raspberry. And she goes, I'm real sorry. It's just the rest of the group is really good at doing stuff. Sometimes, I don't know, I just wanted to do a thing.
Well, just give me a heads up next time so I don't make an idiot out of myself.
You didn't. You went in and you were helping.
As soon as I went in, Maelstrom showed up, and then I ran out. I left Demos high and dry, and Garrison too. They're going to be mad.
I don't think so. I mean, they just talked to Maelstrom. They're not going to remember much of anything.
Really? I've never talked to Maelstrom.
I
Have you
have.
talked to Maelstrom?
Yes.
You don't remember anything?
Well, I don't. But I have reports.
From what? Little drones? I heard Tinsel has
She
like
holds
drones.
her violin, does this. Says, he told me what happened.
Is that some kind of alien creature posing as a violin?
No. No.
Huh.
Like if you break the violin, it just becomes a violin again. It's a projection.
Weakness or vulnerability.
Huh. Well, I wouldn't break your violin.
Thank you.
You probably shouldn't bring it into a fight, though.
It's true. It will
I mean-
break.
Yeah.
But if I play, then it'd be okay. I mean, the
Is-
fight.
Is that why you're in Hope Prep? Because of your violin?
Yeah.
Because you look pretty normal. Most of us are freaks.
She sort of looks at him and says, are you a freak?
He looks down at his bare feet, slips the flip-flops on. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I can be mostly normal size, but whenever I get excited and stuff, I'm freaking huge. Not like Kelvin huge.
Calvin just is huge. So she sort of looks at him and says, I don't get it. You don't
What's the-
seem
Get.
that different to me.
Huh, you must have a high bar for weird.
Maybe. I don't know. It's always hard to tell.
Look at these hands. And he like holds up. He's got like big hands. It's kind of like his overall look is his hands and his feet are too large, but he can shrink down to like 6.5 feet tall, so he doesn't look super tall, but he has big hands. So I'm a freak. It's a thing.
She puts her hand up. She goes, they are a lot bigger. I'll give you that. Well, I don't know if I look like a freak or not. But I'm not like other people.
In the chat, all of us have agreed that you
Yep.
have triggered
Yep.
the weakness or vulnerability move.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, when you share a vulnerability or weakness with someone, tell them how they could stop you if it came down to it. Give them influence over you in clear conditions. So you can clear either guilty or insecure.
Okay. Excuse. I couldn't stop you unless I can play my violin. Says you can't really break the violin for long, but you can break the bow.
Okay. Cool. Hey, are you going to Donnie's party?
He asked me if I wanted to.
Oh.
Are you?
Was it just like an invite, or was he asking you to go with him?
I don't know. It didn't feel like with him. He just asked me if I could do a thing, and I said, sure. And he said, cool.
Okay.
Are you going?
You want to go with me?
It'd be better if I knew someone, because I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, then most of the people are scared of me. So you got that in your corner.
Okay. That sounds good. So what do you do when you're going to go to these things? Do I meet you somewhere, like at school?
No, it's officially a date now. I got to pick you up.
Okay.
My mom's really like traditional.
You have a car?
I'll borrow one.
Okay. So do you know where the Hall of Endeavors is? I mean, it sounds like a big place, but it's not.
You live at the Hall of Endeavors?
Yep.
That's gotta be weird. No wonder you don't think I'm weird.
So yes, I do. And I can come out and I'll meet you outside. I'll just be waiting, okay?
I could come in. I mean, unless they're gonna do something to me.
And she sort of stops and she goes, they're all gonna come and look
That's weird.
and ask questions.
Yeah, you come out and meet me.
Yes, I will. Doesn't that sound good? Yes.
Cool. Well, thanks for the clever water.
Yeah, sure. And you got to go back to school and get your shoes?
Oh, no, I'm going home.
Okay. I'll see you then.
Cool. Okay. See ya. Then he heads on, walking towards wherever it is that he lives.
Okay.
So we will zip back to Being There, Dumb That. And I have no idea where we're at. I think that Mandra or Anaximandra had said, you were late. I took care of the thing. You don't get to help. It was an excellent education opportunity. What was more important than working with me on our getting to be better heroes? There we go. That's what it was.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to try and roll this into a fireside chat anyway.
Nice.
By saying, like, look, you've talked about responsibility and being a member of a team, and I know you're not a member of a team now because you split off, from Eon, but you're a grown-up and I'm not, so you said it's important that I be a member of the team. And what do you do when your team gets into trouble and won't listen when you tell them not to? Like, there was a bully and they wanted to stop him, but they stopped him in a fight that was only countenanced by one teacher, which apparently doesn't mean it's allowed by all the teachers. And the rules are just very inconsistent, and I don't understand how to take responsibility for my whole team when I'm not actually in charge of them.
Why are you not in charge of them?
All right. Because we're all a team together. We're a cooperative venture, I guess.
Wait, I thought you were the leader.
I don't know if I lead if you guys are still having a fight when I tell you you shouldn't.
You told me that superheroes pick their battles, and so I picked one. Was that not what you wanted me to? I think like Kelvin's like a little embarrassed, and so like the lava is like burning a little brighter, and so this is literally a fireside chat because there's kind of fire lighting flickering over Anaximandra and Tensile here at the booth.
And to get advice here, I'm rolling plus the label my mentor embodies, which is superior here.
Okay, cool. And so she's going to give you some advice on how to lead this team. Cool.
All right, excellent. I just scraped a hit. It's a 7.
On a 7 to 9, you get +1 forward to see it through if you do it their way.
Yep.
She says, Kelvin is new in the world, as is Yuan. And Elaine's world is very different from our own. You are the wisest of them. You can tell them how the world works. If you do that, they'll take your advice. And you lead the team as you should.
I think Magdu kind of nods earnestly and then says, what do you think, Kelvin and I can do to kind of train and expand our powers, like you're always saying? How do we keep focusing on growing? It's just, I want to train with Kelvin, but it also seems really, really dangerous to train with Kelvin.
Oh. Kelvin isn't nearly as dangerous for you as you think. You have untapped potential, Magdu. The best way for you to get better is to apply those powers, fight against villains, right? That's what we do.
Right, says Magdu, turning to Kelvin, like, against villains, not other teenagers. Like,
can't other teenagers be villains? I thought anyone who was acting in a villainous fashion was a villain.
Yeah, but Kelvin, like, someone who just, like, tosses a baseball through a window and then lies about it afterwards to avoid paying up is a villain, but you can't use your lava powers on them to get them to tell the truth.
And when you tell someone
thinking this over,
and also I think we've just used the when someone with influence over you tells you who you are, how the world works, accept what they say or reject their influence. If you accept I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I think that might be a danger down, mundane up.
Yep, I accept that. Technically, the GM adjusts the labels, but I'm okay since that makes sense to me. Do you accept it, Kelvin?
Yeah, I will accept that.
Haha, no rejecting that. It came from the person you just said was your boss. I mean, team leader.
Yeah, I think Kelvin nods and says, "All right, so baseball crimes are not super villainy, just ordinary villainy."
Anaximandra does this but she's letting Magdu field this one. Field it, get it? More baseball cards.
Yeah, I think Magdu goes like, well, it's not that if a supervillain brought a baseball to a crime, we'd let them rob a bank just because they were doing it with a bat and ball. You have to pay attention to context here, and you just have to remember that you're very strong. So you just have to be careful about how you use that strength. And since you don't know as much about the world that you're kind of learning, you should listen to me when I give you advice about who to punch and who not to punch. Actually, I'd love to roll that into a provoke.
Okay.
I think I'm provoking you, Kelvin, to get explicit permission from me for the next person you punch.
Oh wow, that is a heck of a provoke. I'm fascinated by this one.
All right, so that would be also with superior. 2 plus influence. It's rolling at +2. Actually, +3, arguably, because I think I'm taking my mentor's advice here.
Yeah, absolutely you are.
So that's a 10 plus. So, Alexi, since this doesn't quite hit this second, just keep in mind that the next time Kelvin is planning to punch someone, it's carrot and stick for whether he gets Magju's permission first.
Is that how we're playing this? That the provoke effect will take effect as soon as the position obtains?
That's a fair question.
I mean, if you make a strong promise or no, or give a strong no now, I guess you hit it now.
Yeah, if you agree, I think it would apply to next. That's a fair question. I want to make sure we're comfy with that.
Yeah, let me pitch you on something. Can I agree to it and take the team now and then incorporate that as a lesson that I've just learned?
Ooh, yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect for the newborn.
I'm all in on that.
Good application.
So Kelvin nods and he says, understood, Tensile, you are the leader. And internally he's like, always get Magdu's permission before punching someone.
I cannot wait to throw punchable people at you. That sounds great. Cool. So, is there anything that you guys felt itching to do after this meeting, or shall we skip to the next school day? Good. Okay. All right. Cool. So I think we hadn't really defined what part of the week we were at. I'm thinking it was like midweek. So it is getting close to Donnie's party, which will be Friday night, because that's when all the best parties are, right? In high school is the Friday night party, because that way you still have the stress of school. And the only person who's been invited to this party is Subject, Elaine Subject. Well, Elaine and Subject just kind of assumed that Subject would be brought along. As you guys meet up and head into the school, walking down the halls, you get a lot more looks. Juwan, couple of guys come up. One of them offers you a high five. Man, you took out Demos. What a punk! And so how do you react to that, Juwan?
He was a warrior. He acted against accordance to my own wishes. I challenged him. We fought.
Ooh. Wow. So you're just like playing it off. You're not going to take that praise. You're denying the praise of beating up the bully at this point, calling him a warrior and worthy. Interesting. As you're walking, you meet up with Kelvin, Magdu, Elaine. You see that Janusz falls in behind you guys and starts kind of walking behind you, Juwan. When you look back, he's kind of like just bows his head a little bit and looks slightly to the side. Good morning.
Good morning. Are you doing better today?
Yeah, I mean, if that's okay.
No, it is more than okay. I mean, I challenged him on behalf of you. I hope I've made a good champion.
You were the best champion. I mean, the Pale Prince was on my side.
Not just the Pale Prince, but Kelvin, my compatriot. In fact, I believe my entire team may have aided me by providing assistance and support.
Wow, the whole team. It's amazing. You guys are amazing.
That's right. We are the hopefuls.
Haven't you been in detention?
No?
Oh, that's how you get a team.
It's true.
Mike jumps in. But then you can hold team meetings outside detention once you initially make that connection.
Pinkberry is an amazing place to meet.
They do not sell literal berries, however.
But you can put literal berries on yogurt. It is an interesting system.
Yogurt is great. Do they not have yogurt where you're from?
They have many things where I'm from, and I think I see what you're doing. I think Yuan will begin speaking about the wonders of his home and about the time his father, High King Baelor, stole a herd of cows from the Tuatha De Danann under their nose during a battle.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like you're talking about your home. Why don't you roll plus freak?
And you want one of the cows was named Pinkberry?
And Yuan chuckles. No, they.
Oh, I got confused about the connection here. Sorry.
Sorry, the train. And but yeah, I got a 12, and Yuan will launch into the time where they had to get yogurt because I think I'll share that Yuan just didn't like normal dairy, and so his father and mother actually went to the underworld to or like what amounts to an underworld, like literal caverns, to get fungi which acted like soybeans for different kinds of things. But let me check the move perfectly to pick my options. Yeah, I'm describing the glories of my home with the underground caverns that have many bioluminescent fungi and wonderful glories to see, and I will clear a condition.
Okay.
And
Fantastic.
my other option is I will confess a flaw of my home.
Yes. Tell us the flaws of your beautiful homeland.
It did not have ice cream until I brought it up from my memories of times on Earth. And I will add a team to the pool.
How can you call this place paradise if it had no ice cream? But now it does, so I guess maybe it counts. But still.
Yeah. I think Yuan will grin and look at Janosch. Are you invited to that party I have heard about?
No.
Oh.
No. I can't. I can't.
Why not?
Donnie told me I can't.
That sounds like something a bully would say.
That sounds unfortunate.
He just said I brought the place down with my presence.
Is it because of your powers? He seems very interested in people's powers.
Do you have gravity increasing powers that bring places down?
That would be amazing, right? No.
Oh, then how do you bring the place down?
Because he says I'm so lame.
That doesn't make any sense.
I mean, I guess he's worried his party is kind of lame if he thinks only one person could tip it over, says Magju, and then smiles. Must not be that good a party.
I wouldn't know. I've never been, but I've heard they're great.
What happens?
Well, I mean, he's the son of, Non-Destructo, and so he has this gigantic mansion, and there's like.
Is it bigger than the Endeavors?
I don't know. I've never been to the Endeavors.
Okay.
But it has like a hot sauna and a wet sauna and pools and like a whole garage with all kinds of like classic cars in it, and then like a bar and like a dance floor and a movie theater.
So a spring hovel.
I mean, yeah. Okay.
How can one say that this is a place of grandeur without a unicorn aurora or a place for the dryads to oh, right. I'm sorry. I may be making comparisons that are incorrect again. I am sorry, Tensile.
So is it hard?
I think. Oh, I think Magdu takes a second to try and draw Yuan aside and say, look, with all the things you have from home, like, if he really wants to go to this party, are you able to just disguise him as someone else so that no one gives him a hard time with the resources of your home?
That seems very unconventional. No, I could not do that. However, I could contact my realm and perhaps get supplies for a better party. I mean, we have Elaine on our side. We could maybe rent out the Endeavor's place or have them give it to us as a favor.
Magdu's eyebrows go up as she goes, every time I try and make a relatively small scale suggestion, like, what if we use fairy magic to disguise someone? Everything escalates for my team. But she nods and does not say any of these thoughts.
Yeah, and I think his hand turns into a completely flat reflective surface, and I'm going to activate Belong in Two Worlds.
Awesome. Yeah, so you have the resources that come with your station. Whenever you contact your people, roll plus superior.
Oh dear, unless someone is spending team, that is a 6.
Oh, that sounds good. I mean, does someone want to spend a team, or shall we? Because here's the thing. On a miss, he still holds 1, guys. It's fine.
Yeah, I was reading the miss condition. I totally am not helping.
No, you're on your own here. That's great. It's best if your people make an uncomfortable demand of you.
Oh, this is going to be amazing. And I think I'm contacting my mother, Skillin, High Queen Skillin. And I will make I'm going to be asking, I guess, for the alien technology to do one thing, which is I think this would be I'm asking for what would amount to a party dimension, like a teleporter to one place.
Oh yeah, party dimension. Yeah, that sounds good. I'm just curious because this is part of the ask, right? Is the Pale Prince asking for the party dimension to be reserved on the same night as Donnie D's party, or are you?
Of course, if he's going to not allow Janusz in, I should at least make it a fair fight. I mean, I am taking Elaine from
counter party that we're planning here. Yes,
a counter party. Yes, that's what
I thought. This is going to be so awkward for Elaine's date.
Yeah, man, he tried so hard.
He's showing up at the place. He can just come in here inside and meet the parents or the coven.
Cool. So, yeah, she says. Your mother says, but of course, Yuan, bringing you to a small dimension for your party is well within my scope of powers, and I am happy to grant it to you. I would ask a boon. Alea Arleson is bereft of companionship. Would you please grant Alea a chance to attend the party as your companion? So Alea, also known as Elflight, is problematic. What is it about Elflight that makes her, or him, makes them a bad idea to be a companion at your party? Yuan, what have you heard or what have you witnessed of Elflight's penchant for trouble?
It's nothing against them. I mean, I've heard that some of the Leon and she are excellent people, but they were not kind to me. And I mean, Elflight's battle sister is a Leon and she. I can't be used as a way to bridge the Fomorians and Leonin again. No.
Oh, well, this is the problematic demand that your mother makes.
And I think I smile. And it's like, oh, mother, that would be an excellent idea if I had not already found a consort for the night. And I'll walk over to Janusz and with the mirror and then point my mother's face in Janusz's face. Janusz, meet my mother. Mother, meet my date.
And Janusz blinks and then excitedly says, yes. I'm hello, I'm the date of Yuan. And your mother says, well, then I hope that you can find a suitable companion for Elflight, because they are coming. Yes?
That is an endeavor that I shall put my most into, Mother. You know me. I shan't fail.
Very well.
Kelvin asks Elaine, as we're watching all this, is that how people get dates? By introducing them as such to their mothers?
I hadn't tried that. I'm just going to meet my date. Like, I'm going to wait on the steps when he comes.
You have a date too?
Yeah, I'm going to Donnie's party.
She's blowing this one off. I love it.
Yeah, I think Kelvin's like, oh, how will you be traveling very fast between the two parties then? Do you have to have a different date at each party?
I didn't hear anything about the plans they made for the party, so she has no. She's like, what? What are you talking about? Like, she just hasn't been listening.
Kelvin briefs Elaine as best he can about this counter party that the Pale Prince is beginning to plan in a secret Fey party dimension.
I don't know what my plan is. I suppose I could work out.
You have to promise to come to both parties. The hopefuls shouldn't be split up.
But why don't we just go to Donnie's party?
No, we're having a different party so that Danush can go to a party.
But that is actually a good idea. The dimension can be anywhere. If we open it outside his party, we can invite everyone else and then make Donnie sad because he is not invited. The jerk.
Okay. Yes, if it's close by, that would certainly work. And I could go to both. Donnie invited me to his party to play my music and make them do whatever I want.
Oh, you wondrous social butterfly.
Mm-hmm.
I am glad to see you spreading your wings. You deserve as much companionship as you can muster.
Exactly. I'm looking forward to seeing what I will come up with.
And Macdu, in a spirit of self-preservation, says, Kelvin, if you'd like to learn more about dates, it sounds like Yuan has a friend who would like to go on one.
Yeah, Kelvin looks expectantly at Yuan.
Yuan turns the scrying thing over to Kelvin. Mother, my compatriot is a champion in battle and helped me against a child of Ares. Surely there is no much nobler a person that could be Elflight's compatriot.
I think you need to provoke your mother into accepting this graciously.
I got a 9 unless someone wants to spin team.
I will spend team.
Ooh, what does
push
it look
that
like?
to a 10. Magdu's just really worried she's going to go on a date with this random elf person. So she leans into the video and says, I understand that perhaps you feel a little nervous about why Kelvin, a singular being on our world who has no equal, no parallel or precedent, would, without, as far as a further inducement, agree to squire someone. But Yuan has spoken so persuasively of his compatriot that Kelvin's heart burns all the time with a desire to know more.
Rich is laughing, but Skellen is not. And she listens to the words and says, this is acceptable. I'm sure that Elflight will be delighted with this singular being. Thank you, Yuan. You have surpassed my expectations. I fully expected that you would ignore this request until the very last moment, but here you've already solved it.
And thank you, Mrs. Yuan. It is a big honor. I am very excited to find out what dates are.
Wait, this is the singular creature?
He has no equal upon any plane, Mother.
Very well.
Yeah. I think I will go ahead and say yes. I am a happy accident that can shed important light on thermodynamics.
I'm sure that you are.
Surely, Mother, this flies into your prophecy that Elflight would find an ember that would stoke her fires.
Prophecies are very flexible.
And it's like, and I think the last thing Yuan says to his mother is like, it would be great to catch up, but I must be on my way. Class is starting, and we now have a very, very difficult task in front of us. For Mogdu does not have a date, and I have no idea who in school I should ask for her.
Cool. And so that is where you end the call. All of you are in math class. Mrs. Janet Forrester, aka Ricochet, waits for the call to end, and then she begins teaching math class as you guys are learning about different applications of the Pythagorean theorem. I think that Eon Tempest, who, if you guys remember, she appeared in and around the fight. She's got pink hair that she kind of fashions into a bit of a faux hawk. Likes to wear leather when she's outside of class, but of course is in school uniform now. And she is going to, she leans in to talk to Elaine and says, Hey, so I hear that you're going on a date with Junior?
Oh, yes. I'm going to meet him.
Okay.
Why?
Oh, well, I really didn't expect that of you. I thought you were trying to, stay on the right path. You don't want to get in the bad crowd.
And she kind of goes, I'm guessing that you're trying to make me realize or manipulate or something like that, right? So which one is it?
I was just trying to make you a little worried about the fact that you're going to Donnie D's party and you're going with Junior, so that's kind of two strikes against you when it comes to the good crowd.
Are you going to Donnie D's party?
Well, yeah, but I don't care about my rep.
Okay.
I mean, don't you think the Endeavors will be a little protective of you?
Oh, they'll absolutely be protective of me. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't think Donnie D's what they're scared of.
Oh, scared of.
See, that you have to figure out on your own.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool. So
I'm going to kind of look at her, and I'm going to do this. And I'm going to turn to Bogdu, and I'm going to go.
Nice. Cool. So you're gonna, if Eon doesn't push any further, you're gonna let that conversation go, or
you can always try to pierce her mask to find out what she's really planning.
Oh, you're right. I could do something. I will. I'll stare at her during the class.
Nice. That's helpful.
I can see if I can figure out like what she's like, if that's making her nervous or what it is that she kind of wants out of this, who she's talking to or texting.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Why don't you pierce the mask then?
Sure.
Trying to see the person beneath. Roll plus mundane.
I don't have any sense of my mundane being.
It is
great.
flat. You have 0.
Okay. So, we'll see.
Your last roll was a 4, so
Was
chances are this will be better.
Oh no, I
5,
tried
sorry.
to roll very. I rolled 5 again.
You roll 5
that's all.
again. Yeah, you
Yeah.
just flipped the 1 and the 4.
Yeah.
So
Pretty
that's a fail. So the good news is you get a potential.
Thank you. It is the good news.
Cool. And the bad news is that I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
What would it take for you to break off the date with Junior?
What would it take?
Yeah, because somehow she's heard it from your violin.
I think I would have to be concerned that he would be like placed into danger.
So if he were placed into danger, you would
Right. She has no sense of herself being placed into danger because he has subject.
You're not wrong. Cool.
But with those dice, maybe she should reconsider. However.
Actually, no. Subject didn't tell her. Here's what happened.
Okay.
Eon decided to pull a Groundhog Day, and she replayed this conversation with you initially over and over until she asked the right question that would get you to reveal why you would break off a date with Junior.
Wow. This must be super important to her.
She's got hyper focus from time to time.
Do you have a crush on him?
No.
Totally you do.
He's got huge hands and feet.
Yeah.
And he's kind of
yeah.
Well, but
say something to him.
Too late. You're going with him to the party. I'm gonna work on my homework now. She opens up her notebook and starts quickly writing formula. And she isn't going to redo this because, well, she got the answer she wanted. So sweet.
She just spent all that energy getting herself lined up for a date with Junior.
She should have, but she did not.
That's okay.
She's
not brilliant like Subject, so
she wasted her time.
Maybe she feels like that would be an ethical violation.
Exactly.
To go on a date with you.
Cool. So first class ends. You guys switch classes, and I think we'll jump forward a little bit. You guys want to jump forward to lunch? Maybe it'd be fun. Or you guys have any interactions?
I would like to
about
take
I'm
a
mostly-
break. Oh, sorry.
we have ideas.
Go on, Magno.
I was going to say I'm up to take our mid-session bio break sometime soon. I don't
Yeah,
have any
let's do
more
it.
school agenda. I'm pumped for the rival parties whenever we get there.
I want a scene with Mogdu at lunch before the party.
Okay, cool. So we'll take our mid-game break now, and when we come back, we'll have a scene with Mogdu at lunch. It is 16 after. Just take a nice 9-minute. So we'll meet you at 25 after. Well, less than it now, but around then. Welcome back, everybody. I walked in to just say hello to my wife and ended up in an entire conversation that she'd been evidently saving up for a bit. So, sorry about that. It's one of those I'm sorry. Gotta go.
This is why the pro tip is to be in the middle of games with your wife, so that it's impossible because you both have to come back from break at the same time.
That's true. I'll work on that. It's a fair bit of advice there. We will pick up at lunchtime at Hope Prep. The hopefuls, hopefuls is just perfect. I can't wait to add that to the wiki. The hopefuls, you guys grab a table together. Elaine, when Junior goes through the line and gets 2 trays worth of food, he ends up holding them in his big giant hands. He kind of glances over towards your table for a moment.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And she pulls a chair over.
Cool. And then he walks over to Donnie D's table where Donnie D and Demos, all the other and several girls and others are, and he leans in and says something to Donnie, and Donnie looks over at you and smiles and nods, and then Junior comes over and sits his 2 big trays down. Sits down beside you. Yeah.
You like tater tots too. Cool.
I mean, I'm a smart boy. I'm clever. I have the water and everything.
A veritable genius.
So Yuan, you wanted to talk to Tinsel? How's that go down?
I think Yuan has been sort of obviously growing more and more worried as the day has been going on, and he finally comes over to Tinsel, and he has he generally wears very pretty clothes, even though they're sort of casual, but they're now wrinkled because he's been fidgeting with them and clenching them so much. And he sits down. It's like, I fear I am being a brigand.
How so, Yuan?
I'm throwing a party to outmatch someone out of spite. Is this human to feel like this? You are an amazing person. I don't know what to do here. What do you think I should do? And I'm sharing a vulnerability.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think Magdu kind of thinks about it for a second and then says, look, I don't think your impulse is wrong here any more than it was wrong to defend someone from physical bullying. But, I think you shouldn't be like the bully you're trying to cow. So what if you set up your party dimension and everyone's welcome in it? And don't make it so much just a competition, but it's up to everyone else if they want to party together or not.
You are very wise. And as soon as he finishes saying that, Yuan steps up, steps onto the seat, then steps onto the table. Attention! Hope Prep! And he is now belting out to the entire lunchroom about the wonders of the party dimension.
Mm-hmm.
And then he throws down the gauntlet to Donnie. If the hopefuls, all 4, are allowed with their respective partners, consorts, compatriots, and or dates to your party, I believe I can throw this on a different day and everyone can be invited. This, as they say, puts the ball in your court, Donnie. Let's play Foursquare. And I am provoking him.
Yeah, you certainly are. All right, let's see how this goes.
And I get a +1 forward to do this.
Yeah, you do, because you are following through on the vulnerability advice.
I got a 9.
Oh, that's awesome. So on a 7 to 9, they can take the bait and do what you want because it's a hit, or they can choose one. They stumble, you take +1 forward against them. They err, you gain a critical opportunity. They overreact, you gain influence over them. Donnie D, who up to this point has been a pretty calm and collected guy, but no one's really challenged his territory as far as you guys have seen this semester. All the kids look over at him, and he stands up and he says, "Prince, I don't respond kindly to threats. So if you and your whack-ass fairy kingdom want to throw a party, feel free. But trust me when I say, a party dimension is only as strong as the people who maintain it. And I would just hate for that dimension to implode upon itself." And he is overreacting, and you gain influence over him.
Yay.
Magdu, gets partway up on a chair, kind of more like kneeling on the back of it and not committing, but does want to speak up in support and goes, "Well, I'm pretty sure that the cops don't have jurisdiction over an alternate dimension."
I don't exactly think that's as positive as you might think, Tensile.
I'm supporting you on.
I know, and that's what he said. That's what Donnie says, is like, the cops not being around isn't as much of a problem for him as maybe.
That's legit, but I do want to roll it as a comfort and support.
Oh, cool. Yeah, do it. Go for
Yeah.
it. He is following
All right.
through 100% on what you said, so do it.
So that's an 8 plus 1 for mundane, plus I believe 1 for, it's a 10.
Nice. On a 10 plus, so on a hit they hear you, they mark potential clear condition or shift labels if they open up. And on a 10 plus, you can also add a team to the pool or clear condition yourself. You don't currently have any conditions.
No, so I'll add a team to the pool so we can get ready for this bitchin' party we are throwing.
And I got my first advance from this comfort and support.
Wow.
I think I will open up by sitting down and just looking at the Mogdu. It's like, I know the cool people will be there because the hopefuls are there, but we do need others. We should. I will recruit. I will do. This is my party. I shall do the hard labor.
Just like a gentle punch on the arm.
Cool. That's pretty great. So, yeah, I think as per our agreement, unless there were subsequent or follow-up scenes, I think we will start to skip ahead. But I am curious how Yuan does in trying to publicize. I mean, he did pretty public, big invitation, right?
My battle brother can stride through dreams.
Are you going to unleash your powers to advertise to people in their dreams?
I am Futurama commercialing this.
Oh, Lord.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And I just took 2 new abilities from any playbooks, the eye lasers from the Legacy and cryokinesis from the Star. This will be a Winter Wonderland Unicorn Aurora dream, going through everyone's mind, showing off the wonders of the Fae party, and in the Aurora, it will say in words, "This is just a taste of Fae wonder."
Oh, I hope you roll well. But then I also hope you don't. Unleash your
got a
powers.
9.
Roll with freak. Okay.
And I am going to mark insecure.
That seems appropriate. But by marking that insecure, that means that the effect is not unstable or temporary. So probably a good call. Good. So just so that makes sense, that means that maybe a day has to pass because people have to go to sleep and they have to dream. So we waltz into Friday, the day of the party, and people are abuzz about Yuan's party and very excited. You guys have a feeling that the Hopefuls party is probably going to outdo Donnie D's party at this point. Donnie D's got money and he's got a fantastic mansion, but it is not a party dimension that is advertised via dreams. It's just a little like next level versus poor Donnie D, son of a kingpin. So here's what happens. You guys it's after school in that span of time between when it's the super coolest time to have the party, but you can't really hang around on school property anymore. And I'll just ask the possible leader, Magdu, where is it that the four of you happen to be congregating when you're attacked?
I might go with a public park.
Nice, a public park. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's a good place for the attack to happen. Good. So what, Kelvin, why have you asked everybody to come to this park here in, let's say, since the school is in downtown West, maybe it's in the Gate District? So why have you asked everybody to come to, what is it about the Gate District Park that you are interested in?
Yeah, I think that Kelvin's heard of this thing humans sometimes have called a hunch, which appears he's never seen what a hunch is, but it lives inside of humans and it points them in helpful directions. And he thinks he might have had a hunch. It's hard to articulate, but he might have had a hunch that his own powers seem to be responding to the Gates District. Like he's getting closer to something that that his powers are calling out to. So he was excited and wanted to show the team, and maybe like he's in this park and he's like, see as I walk closer over here, and then like he like holds out his arms and you see like the lava like bubbling more emphatically inside of him. Isn't that interesting? I'm telling you guys first, I haven't even told Dr. Hawkray yet.
Nice. So you're revealing to them where you think the source of your power is something that has to do with your power.
Something that has to do with my power, yeah?
Yeah. That perhaps this is a place where it came from. Of course, Elaine, you've got about an hour or maybe less before you need to get back to where the Endeavor's mansion is located so that you can be picked up by Junior.
It's okay. I told one of the mages, Lady Elena, that I had a date and she has planned my outfit and everything. I just have to show up and she'll
Nice.
Get on.
Cool. So that's when the drones attack. The sky darkens for a moment above you, Kelvin. Perhaps it's a revelation of your power. No, actually, it's several dozen 4-foot-tall sized monkey drones that have jetpacks who fly into the park, and a number of them just fly straight into you and start grappling you and trying to pin you to the ground. They're surprisingly strong. I'd like for you to go ahead and take a powerful blow.
Yes, absolutely. I have one condition marked, so I'm rolling +1. But you know what? That's still only a 5, baby.
Well, you stand strong. Mark that potential and tell us how you weather the blow.
Yeah, I think as soon as the monkeys swoop down on me, I am kind of like, for like as big a guy as Kelvin is, he like moves surprisingly fluidly since he's made of lava, and so like he's kind of just sort of like dancing and weaving out of the way, and like just grabs one of them to like grabs it back by the scruff of the neck and is holding it. And he's like, Magdu, are these regular villainy or super villainy, and can I punch them?
Follow the lesson.
Yep. I'm gonna punch him right back. Should I roll to roll to directly engage? If I make a counterattack here.
Yeah. That is definitely the next thing. Let's deal with a few other things. So that sounds good. That's a nice little couple panels of the two of you interacting. Yuan, you and Elaine, maybe on a park bench, or maybe you're standing on the park bench because I don't think you sit very often, when several monkeys, metallic monkeys, like drone monkeys with jetpacks, come towards you. One of them, it's colored red. It's like a red suit, like a little unitard thing that it's got on, like all the others, except this one's red. It's holding a sword. And as it gets closer to you, you feel or smell that it is made of cold wrought iron. What do you do?
I'm going to ask Elaine, do you have a subject with you?
Of course I have subject with me.
Okay. I think Elaine is going to see let's see. Foolhardy action. Yeah. I think Yuan stands and says, get your muse ready. It seems that we are engaging, and rushes for the baddie made out of cold iron immediately to try to take it out as fast as he can.
I see you directly engage this threat.
Yep, and I'm not on my battle brother, so this is with a -1.
Yeah. Here we go.
Don't hold back. That's a 3.
Oh. Okay.
Wow.
Wow. That's amazing. First of all, go ahead and mark potential. As this thing, you leap forward to attack it, reaching out with your mithril arm, knowing that can withstand the cold wrought iron. This monkey grabs onto your arm with his back legs and his tail and rides the punch and slices along your side with the cold wrought iron. And we hear the hissing, like we had the onomatopoeia, like the as it opens up. It still looks kind of sexy, like you're like battle damaged hot, but it hurts a lot. It's like that burning with cold that you get. And I'm jumping straight past take a powerful blow because I'm giving you a condition. You know what this is. First of all, I will give you afraid as a condition. And secondly, I'll ask you, have you ever been pierced with cold wrought iron before?
Only by myself with my failures mastering Baelor's Claw. This is the first time anyone's used it against me.
Yeah, so that's how that is. The thing, like, it slices along your side, and Elaine, you see that as it tears open a wound in Yuan's side, and it looks like it's now going to try to pull back and stab this sword into him. What do you do, Elaine?
I'm going to draw power, so I have to do my sorcery move.
Fun.
I have a condition, so that gives you a +1.
Yep. On fail.
Yeah, I know. I haven't rolled particularly well thus far in the game. I
What?
roll
It's
an 11.
11.
So I have 3 hold.
Nice.
So I think that I can do one of two things. I can either directly engage this. Now, that's directly engage, but I can hit it with my powers. Reality Storm. I channel a destructive burst with my powers. Spend 1 burn to directly engage, using my powers, rolling freak instead of danger. If I do, I'll cause... No, I don't want to do that then. Unless I spend another burn. Well, sure, I'll do it. I just spend another burn.
So you're spending the 2 burn to not have collateral damage?
Yes, at
I'm
this
just saying,
point.
as the Nova, go.
It is true.
You consider going for it for collateral damage. You're built for this.
Okay, this is what I do then. I don't even think about it. I just hit it. I draw my bow across object, and when I finish, it's like her bow and her arm are both pointing at the monkey, and bam. Almost like a Gatling gun. So I guess I get to roll again.
Nice. Oh,
That's
cool.
what,
So
plus
go ahead and
2.
roll plus freak.
So that's 9.
All right.
No, it is not. As Yuan, even though he is damaged, wrenches his mithril arm and pulls the beast directly into the path.
Okay.
I'm
Nice.
spending a team.
I have stuck team pool up on column U. I think we spent 2 team pool recently. We started with 1. We're actually entering battle, so we should determine that in a little bit. But I think my mental tracking, guys, are at 1 team pool as of that expenditure. Is that jive with other people's?
We had some from the previous session, didn't we?
You did.
Yeah, we like.
It resets when time passes.
Oh,
When
okay.
time passes.
Yeah,
though.
we just.
I don't know these things.
It's all good. It's all good.
You guys
Cool.
are
So you guys are sitting at team pool 1. We're going to do the when you enter battle against a dangerous foe after this is resolved. But with a 10 on directly engage, you get to pick 2 options from directly engage a threat.
Okay. I'm going to find it. I am going to create an opportunity for my allies, and I'm going to take something from them, and that's their purchase on Yulan. So I'm going to blow him away from Yulan.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, so the monkey tumbles away. The little red unitarded monkey drone tumbles away, still holding its little cold wrought iron sword. And yeah, you've knocked it away, giving an opportunity to Yuan to capitalize upon it. We're going to go to Magdu, but only after we go ahead and hit up the team mechanics. We enter battle against a dangerous foe as a team. Add 2 to the team pool. So you guys are back up to 3. Who'd like to be the team pool person? It is now your job, Sawyer, for this session. All right. So who is the leader of the group right now?
Magdu.
All right. If the leader has influence over every teammate,
Yeah.
yeah.
She
All
has-
right.
Yep,
add
I do.
1. Add another team. If everyone has the same. So, Yuan, what is your purpose in this fight?
To make sure myself and my allies do not perish.
Kelvin, what's your purpose in this fight? Now that you've gotten permission to hit these things.
Yeah. I mean, stop this attack and also understand what is going on.
Okay. And then Elaine, what is your purpose in this fight?
I think I'm pretty much with you on. It's pretty instinctual at this point. Something's attacked us, and I won.
Magdu, what is your purpose?
Deal with these freaking monkeys. Figure out who freaking sent them.
All right. Not my monkeys.
It was
Not my
Donnie.
circus. Add another team. It's a big mystery, guys.
It's a big mystery.
Who could possibly have done this? Does anyone mistrust the leader of the team?
No,
or the team?
Tensile is the most best person ever.
Cool. And then, are you guys ill prepared? I mean, that was his plan. That was the plan. So I'm gonna go with yeah. All right. So we'll remove a team, which means it's a Total sum add of 3. You had 1, so you should be sitting at 4. Is that what you got? Rock on, Magdu. You see the one monkey that attacked Yuan and hurt him quite a bit. And then Kelvin's been tackled by a number of them, but he seems to be standing strong. What are you doing, Tensile?
Oh, well, I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure I've seen notes on monkeys like this before.
Have you?
When I've been reading the files on, robotic drones, Animalia. So I'm happy to do that before or after Kelvin gets that punch in, though.
Let's have you go ahead and know what to do. Maybe you're smart enough to give him some kind of direction that would help him. Yeah.
So when I'm reading the files, I'm rolling plus superior, and we'll see how that goes. It's Snake Eyes.
So the good news is you get a potential. On a miss, the situation is well outside your base of knowledge. The GM will tell you why. So, you're not sure about the acronym. You know that the monkeys stand for something, but your understanding is that Rex Midas and Midas Technologies has created something along these lines, and Rex and Don Destructo don't really get along. Kind of a two alpha dogs in the same junkyards. This doesn't make a lot of this is out of your realm. You're not sure what's going on there, and that's confusing.
Honestly, since it was Snake Eyes, I'm game for struggling so hard to remember what the acronym for the stupid monkeys are that one of them gets to land a hit and I take a powerful blow.
I was actually just going to have you say this is so compounding that you take a condition directly. So what condition do you get from this?
Then I would definitely take Insecure.
Nice. Well, I think one of the monkeys has got your back, though. So maybe that's part of the insecurity is one of the monkeys jumps on your
Monkey
back
on
and
my
is
back.
pulling your hair. I know. It's just really nasty. Kelvin, you are now, with permission, directly engaging a threat. Why don't you... Let's see how this goes. What does it look like when Kelvin unleashes some fury on these stupid monkeys?
Yeah. So I got the sign off from my team leader. So do you think I'm embodying one of my lessons by getting Magdu's permission before punching someone?
You certainly are.
All right.
You certainly are.
Then I'm gonna shift my danger up, and my mundane down as I embody that lesson.
Oh man!
So as to attack these monkeys with a little more force. I think it's just that with his permission and having looked at them enough to judge that these are robot monkeys and therefore probably not people, I'm going to go ahead and just open up my crystalline skin, and then so that as I'm throwing the punch, the glassy surface peels back and just the lava beneath is what's surging out. So it's a directly engage lava punch here.
Oh wow!
That's an 8.
Okay, it's because you're flat on danger. That is an 8. You get to choose one. You guys will trade blows. You easily destroy a couple of these monkeys with trading blows. But what else do you choose?
Yeah. I guess you have to pick one from this list. I will pick. I'll take something from them, in the hopes that as I'm smashing up some of them, I'm able to just have enough presence of mind to grab some bit of this machinery that might be useful for later research and just tuck it neatly away, because I'm still wearing my school uniform over over my crystal skin, so it's probably getting damaged somewhat, but I find a pocket to stick this little monkey dog tag in for the future. Does that work?
I'm thinking like there's a little plate on the back of one of them. As you smash it, you see that it's got some kind of insignia on it, and you snag that.
Yeah, I'm like thinking, oh, that could be interesting.
Yeah, this could be
tuck that away.
Yes.
Right.
That sounds awesome. Cool. So Elaine, you blew away a number of them, saving Yuan from further problems with the cold wrought iron sword. And that's when you feel subject. One of them has grabbed on to your violin and is trying to yank it, wrest it away from you. What do you do?
I think I'm gonna get my bow up there, and I'm gonna essentially flare off moat and try to push them away from me and them. So it's essentially just sort of they're pulling at it, and So essentially,
all right,
I'm
spin
going
to
to
burn, create a barrier that hold back threats as long as you keep your attention on it. So you spin to burn, you don't have to actually make a roll. You just do this thing. Is it a visible barrier? Like, do we have something that we see, or is the artist just drawing some kind of invisible force that pushes the monkeys away?
It is. It's an audible thing. So essentially you can hear it, you can tell when you're in the center of it, and you can tell as you move out from the center of it. And the monkeys can't come into it without my permission.
I like to imagine that at least some artists interpret this as like sheet music transposed onto the page, representing this like musical wall.
Totally. That's awesome. I love that. That's fantastic. So you're holding all of them back. But unfortunately, Yuan is outside of like the music, and what we see one of the monkeys grabs the other, like they lock arms, and he throws one of the monkeys towards you, Yuan. What do you do?
I think Yuan is like, the mithril arm is now free, and it's holding onto that wound of his. And he looks up really quickly, glares, his blue star sapphire eye beginning to glow, and this royal blue dark side-esque laser just shoots out, starts zagging. And
we've got Omega beams now? Holy crap, okay.
And makes the, I think it almost hits the thing directly in the face, goes up, then rises above it and slams it down, trying to make the sky a very unfriendly place.
Right, because you bought the eye beams. You're getting it full in effect. Let's see, you directly engage a threat here.
This is going to go poorly.
Yes.
I think the most maximum you can have minus is a -2, or is it a -3?
Pretty sure you can have a stat of -3, so that's... No, you can't. -2. Huh.
Your max negative is -3, and the max positive is +4.
Gotcha. So I'm at -3. Okay, that's a 1.
Like a total sum of 1.
Yes.
That's
no,
awesome.
I'm right. It's a 2.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead and mark potential then, because if it were 1, I would like think about it. Cool. So the good news is you get that potential. Yeah. So. Yeah, Calvin moves in the way, I think is what happens. Calvin was slamming through a bunch of the monkeys. You've unleashed these eye beams for the first time, and he just steps right in the way, and I'm going to have Calvin take a powerful blow.
Oof.
It's a mean move. I'm sorry. I won't do it often.
Yeah, with my condition here, insecure, that's a 7 for take a powerful blow.
Ooh, yeah, 7. That sounds good. So with a 7 to 9, you get a choice.
Yeah.
I mean, you could lash out verbally. It's appropriate. You just shot in the back by Yuan's errant eye beams.
Yeah, it's so funny because I think for like almost any other character that would be the move here.
Mhm.
But I think Kelvin is like fairly naive about all these things. So like as he's struck by the eye beams and like like weird like spider webbing cracks start appearing on his on his crystalline skin from this, he says, Yuan, what did I do? I didn't. I'm sorry. So I'm gonna struggle past the pain and mark
Conditions
mark
perfect.
guilty and probably guilty and I think angry, but it's like he angry because he doesn't understand what he's done or why his friend is doing this. Like the anger isn't directed at Yuan yet. But yeah, taking both those conditions.
Nice. Mogdu, all of this chaos is happening, and then Yuan, his eye beams hit Kelvin, and you see the monkeys, the few remaining monkeys, all just kind of their heads snap for a second, and they all start to fly away. What do you do?
That is super weird. I think I'm going to try and assess the situation by straight up chasing the monkeys.
That seems like a good call.
This has been a confusing day. So honestly, actually, here's how I think I want to try and assess it. You said the monkeys start flying away, including the one on my back?
Yeah, it does. It just releases your back and starts to fly away.
That's not my plan.
Oh,
my plan is grabbing it. I think it starts to fly away, and then I kind of telekinesis it back down, grab its legs, and it's just a very heavy monkey. But maybe this will work out well for me. All right, assessing the situation.
Okay.
That's a 10.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm just flying this monkey to figure out what it's up to.
Okay, cool. So you feel that like Tensile has the ability to be carried by this monkey? That's what's going on in your head as you're letting it fly you away? That's
yeah.
Cool.
I believe in this monkey. Yeah.
Believe it can fly. Believe it can touch the sky.
I mean, the monkeys were beating us up. So
absolutely.
Cool. Yeah, so what I'm most interested in are like what here is the biggest threat, what's going on with these monkeys, and what here can I use to get the person behind these monkeys in trouble.
Oh, nice. Okay. So yes, there's obviously a person behind these monkeys, someone controlling them. You are flying towards them. You see that there is a I started to say like, yeah, I'm gonna go for it, like a bug be gone van. And you see there's a person you recognize from Hope Prep who is sitting there. He's got like a little like phone. He's behind the wheel and he has a little phone. He's controlling everything. And you see the van doors are open and all the monkeys are trying to fly back towards it. He hasn't noticed you yet. And then the second question was, how can you get him in trouble?
What here can I use to get him in trouble?
Right. What can you use to get him in trouble? Well, he's obviously using some tech. He's destroyed part of a park with your help. Pictures of that incident could be bad. Being able to report him back to President Maelstrom would be bad. I think those things are what you could use against him. Does that feel fair?
Yeah, pretty fair. I think what I'm inclined to do is there anywhere in this truck anything like a speakerphone, or that could be used as a speakerphone?
A speakerphone. I mean,
He's got a truck full of tech. I'm considering trying to use my telekinesis to call 911 from inside his truck.
Oh, gotcha.
A normal thing people do.
Sure. He's got OnStar, so you could probably hijack that. He also is using a phone, so you could try to telekinesis something to do with that. It's probably something you could fiddle around if you want to sneak into the back of the van, if you're willing to let this monkey just carry you on inside.
I think Magdu kind of tries to come to a rolling stop, a rolling dive near the van, and then it's probably a bit of a strain for her to like do a precision thing here, but she wants to try and dial 911 from his phone. So it'll be definitely.
Let's see you unleash your powers to pull that off.
Oh yeah. Let's see. So that's a 7, arguably +1, acting on my guys is an 8. But either way, that's middling. So I'm going to mark.
But here's the thing is, since everything dispersed and you started to fly away, I think Elaine chased you. She's not like right by there, but she's close enough that she can use her last burn to give you a boost. So it gives you a +1 bonus. Does that help? No, that
push you to a 9.
Then someone can spin team, maybe.
I think I say my communicators, that like, guys, like, it looks like, it's, what was this guy's name?
Oh, we haven't. I'm sorry.
It's the one I recognize, but I don't know. I identify him on our communicators to the team.
Gotcha. Yeah. His name is Eugene Abel.
All right, I said, like, it's Eugene Abel, like, controlling these things. I'm going to try and dial 911 from his own phone so he gets in trouble with the cops.
And I think I'll, for spin team to maybe say, I've seen his van. The OnStar button for 911 is just the red one. So you just have to do, like, a 1 thing versus the 3 presses.
I'll take it. I'm confused about what you've been up to with his weirdo monkey van, but I think once I see that, you almost see in the panel art of her trying to reach out with her telekinesis drawn in kind of wobbly lines towards the phone, which would be very complicated because I bet it's a smartphone with haptic difficultness. Yep. And then hearing you say that, she's like, "No, don't overcomplicate." And then we just see poik, the OnStar button.
Nice. So the OnStar button comes on as he's driving away in the bug begone van, and he's going to get reported to the police, but he's going to try to drive away. And the monkeys are gone because they went into his van. Yuan, you gave that little bit of, I'm not even sure how you did it because but that's fine.
I assume he drives that van to school. He doesn't seem like he's very smart. Besides building monkeys.
So Kelvin, you shot Kelvin accidentally. You angrily, with surprise, asked what he did wrong. How are you dealing with that?
The star sapphire eye stops glowing, goes back to its normal royal blue, and Yuan tries to push with his right arm up and can't manage it, and uses his mithril arm and a lot of hissing between his teeth to push up. My deepest apologies, compatriot Kelvin. I was injured and lashing out. You were not my target. I should train heavily. You are innocent, you are pure, you are a good soul. I think I'm trying to comfort and support him.
Let's see if you pull it off. Go ahead and roll with mundane.
That is 6, but I think I'm going to burn my influence on Kelvin to make it a 7.
Let's see. Can you do that? Take an additional +1 on a move targeting them after the roll. All right.
You can, if we have any team left, you also have the option to in some way behave selfishly. But yeah, just so you know,
this seems much more in character.
I kind of like it.
Go for it.
Yeah. Just to check, is there something in the fiction of kind of you like pushing too far somehow, such that it's clear you're kind of burning influence as you attempt to reach out in this moment?
I think it's just the final thing. It's like, you are my brother, not of battle, but of family.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Kelvin's kind of like poking at the spot on him that's still got these these weird this weird sapphire scar sides into it, and then looks to Yuan and says, that's all right, Yuan. We all make mistakes, and the important thing is to learn and get better each time, so that we set fewer things on fire if possible. And I'll put a hand on it and say, do I have permission to help you up?
Please.
So I will, and the lava is just under the surface because I've pulled the crystal back together, so it's probably slightly uncomfortably hot. But I am trying to help you back up.
Yeah, I think Yuan is just leaning heavily against Kelvin, not minding the heat as much as I'm finally up again.
Cool. So the four of you can meet back together again. Let's say maybe you've moved away from the park because the fire department's shown up. There were some fires that were started. There's a lot of monkey wreckage.
So to heal, where do you need to go? Do you need to go to a hospital? Do you need magic? Do you need to go back home?
This is cold iron. I could go back home, but I would miss the party.
So let's go to the Endeavors.
That sounds very dangerous.
Let's
do it.
Yes.
Wait, Elaine, are you introducing Yuan to your parent figures?
You too, aren't you coming?
Does that mean we are all on a date now?
No, we are on a mission to receive medical aid. It's different.
Yes.
You hear, kind of under his breath, not really for anyone else's benefit, Kelvin saying, missions are different from dates.
Magdu says to Elaine, guessing wildly which of her teammates will be best prepared to receive a joke. But I suppose both could wind up involving mouth-to-mouth depending on how serious the medical problem was.
She goes, what?
Yeah, I have no other place but Magdu. You guys are all weirdos. But yeah. Magdu definitely wants to come along.
Okay. And of course she would come along. So, yeah. So she will take you to the Endeavors Hall.
So the Endeavors Hall, you have described it a bit as a mansion. Can you give us just a little bit of description? What is this like?
Well,
tell us about it.
Okay, so from the street, it looks like, one of those sort of city mansions. It has the brick and the little brick fence thing in front of it with a tiny garden, and then the big stoop that goes up to it and everything. It looks like one of those that's been turned into a shop. And so when you go up and you ring the bell, it they'll buzz you in, and you go in, and if they know who you are, you go into the real house. Otherwise, you go into a shop that sells like cards.
Nice, like a little Hallmarky kind of knockoff Hallmarky type deal.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
So it's just that kind of thing of it's just it catches all the strangers and the people who are just potzing around. So old magic. So I have a Pinterest board for this.
Oh, please
and I
share.
sent you the link, but I don't know how to share it.
Oh, hold on. I may have it.
Can you
Because
just
I
put
follow
it in
you.
the,
So
Yeah, but I got
put it
to
into
figure
the
out what
chat?
the link is to it.
hold
But
on.
he knows
I
how
follow.
he uses.
Well, I
did-
follow Sherry. So let me see if I
Yes.
can find it.
And I invited you.
Yeah. You've got 25 boards. You invited me to a
know.
lot. So
They're all cool too.
the endeavors. Oh,
There they
here we
are.
go. Let me see if that link works, and then I will quickly share. So this is the
Yeah, I'm seeing
Pinterest
it.
board. There are a lot of really interesting people in nice clothing. Very cool.
This is just an awesome aesthetic, let me just say.
It's a varied group with different interests, but they're all very modern mages.
I like
They
we got
are.
some like extremely goth mages, and then that one lady up at the top who's just in like a 1950s dress with a.
Yeah, this girl,
you know?
what is her story? Because,
She's the scariest.
yeah, right. Just like, this guy is good, or girl, this person is great.
hmm I don't know.
And I don't know, but that's scary. Like green surgical gloves and blood. Like,
Mhm.
what? No, wait, that's paint, isn't it? Maybe
I
painting
don't
in
know.
blood. I don't know.
I've used him as a Vampire the Masquerade character.
No, that's definitely a blade.
Oh, that's a blade?
It's
Okay.
definitely a blade.
All right. We got a guy with looks like a very, very spy kind of Nick Fury-ish. And then we got this totally looks like a Slabowski kind of mage.
He works from home.
Well, yeah. Makes sense. This is great. Yeah. So I love her little cat. I'll stop sharing and stop gawking over the pictures.
And let me see if I will try to figure out the link to the board.
I think I've got it right there. I think I
Okay.
shared it.
Oh, did you? Good. Okay. Super.
It's actually called The Endeavors under your Pinterest board. So hopefully that's it. You head through the card shop and take the correct doorway. That
We
would
don't
not
even go through.
Oh, you don't even see the shop. You just
No, we don't
go in.
see it. Yeah, we just
Gotcha.
go into the
Okay.
real place.
Lexi's punning me. I love it. Cool. So you guys walk in and don't even see the card shop. You just immediately walk into the foyer of Endeavor Hall, and it is, I'd imagine it's kind of unruly. Wouldn't you say it's just so many different people? They're all doing their own thing, or is it stately and quiet until things explode? What is the general vibe that you often expect when you come?
The first floor down here is like, it's really comfortable. It's got like lots of chairs, and there's, with tables next to them and books and like little, the smaller trays that are right at the right height for like having your coffee and a little snack and stuff on there. And so there's quite a number of people down here actually who are sort of lounging here. There's very good light. They're reading and they're having a nosh. And there is a sort of servant that glides through and pours more coffee. You see that? And in fact, it's that servant who is clearly, a construct of a sort, a mechanician that comes up. It looks quite lifelike until close, and then you can see the seams, essentially for the jaw and everything. And he says
the uncanny valley seams. Yes,
exactly.
I love it.
Exactly. And he will come in and he says, I see that you have brought guests. Shall I set a a table for them, and then have to ask for him to go and get Golly, because Golly is the one who could probably take care of Yuan. And Golly is the guy with the green gloves.
Ah, cool. And I think as he is going to get Golly, Eldon Gwinty, did you know which picture you mentioned? His most estimable magus, Eldon
Yes.
Gwinty. Which picture were you imagining for that character?
He is the, let's see here, the one on the chair, on the office chair, with the fingers lit up.
All right, cool. I've got that guy. Yeah, the office chair with the wastebasket that's right by his skull. Yeah, that's not terrifying. Great. So he's here. He's got a goblet of some liquid you would assume is wine. It looks over. Interesting menagerie, Elaine.
Would you like to meet my friends from school?
Of course I would.
All right. And I'll bring you over and I'll go. Magus Gwinty. This is Yuan. He's the Pale Prince. He has a lot of stories about his homelands, and you should probably ask him for his pedigree. And then this is Kelvin, and he is a one-of-a-kind wonder that
Hello.
won't teach us much about thermodynamics.
Yes, a happy accident that could shed light on thermodynamics.
And this is Tinsel, and she has all the common sense that this group has.
I would bow, but I am extremely injured.
I see that. You're the adopted prince, are you not?
I am one of several adopted princes, and I think you see Yuan is actually kind of on edge here because it feels like another court whose rules he doesn't understand. And not like that ever turned out bad for him.
Yuan is a pretty sharp guy.
Yes, the unicorn riding reconstructed one. I remember reading about you in the High Queen and King.
Are they like gossip magazines?
Of course. What else do we do with our time, Elaine? I've told you this.
Still.
Oh, I should never have done that interview for Byblos Monthly.
Well, I thought that they treated you well enough.
Thank you, Sarah. I think it's like a gender-neutral form of sir for him.
Yes. And so, yeah, Ginty seems perfectly fine with that. And then, what was the name of the person that is in the green gloves? I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, that's Golly.
Okay. Golly will come in. It looks like he was working on something. He's been disturbed. He has that hair that's just not, he isn't bothered with it in so long that it's almost become a style of its own. Elaine, we have guests.
We
Wonderful.
do. And my friend Yuan is
Who is
terrible.
injured.
Yes, cold iron wound. And he has bay blood.
Wow.
I figured you were the only person that would know what to do.
Yes. Carry him. You need to come to my workshop. I'm sure that cold-wrought iron often breaks off in pieces. It could be very well inside, infesting you like a poison. You could be dead in moments.
I highly doubt that. My parents crafted me of the best materials. While cold iron is quite deadly to most Fae, the Balorians have taken a pact with it. No other Fae were ever able to make a pact with it, and while it still burns, it shall never, ever kill unless striking a vital area. I thought someone who is so well adept would have known this. Are you
Is
sure
that what your parents told you? I'm sure they lied to you. Come, I must observe this.
Oh, is he shifting my labels?
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
he is
shit.
shifting your labels. He is trying to tell you how the world works and telling you that your parents lied to you. And he is hoping to... Yeah, I think he's going to lower your freak and raise up your mundane.
I have to try and resist it just because he said my parents lied.
Okay. Because, I mean, Fae never lie. It can't. It's totally a thing.
Well, the Fae lie, but not my parents.
That's right. Exactly. All right. Roll. You just roll straight up. You've been rolling so well.
And
Got a
if you're
4.
insecure, you get a -2.
Yeah, I got a 4 I got a 6, but now it's a 4.
So you got to fail, but now it's a really super fail. On a miss, their words hit you hard. Mark a condition, and then you get to adjust those labels.
I am now hopeless.
Oh.
No, I think I'm angry.
Ooh.
How dare you have the temerity to tell me my parents lied?
But like you're even more angry because deep down, you realize maybe it's
Truth.
So yeah, go ahead and push that mundane up, freak down. I see you already have, and the automaton comes and picks you up gently, and looks like they're going to like princess carry you. Do you deign to allow that to happen?
Be careful, mannequin. If I find that one hair of my head has been damaged, the silver will be taken out of your cost, and I doubt your cogs are worth anything.
Of course. And then it carries you into a like bubbling like decanters and a whole alchemical type of workshop, and you're laid on this wooden table as if you were about to be lifted up into the sky and struck with lightning, because that was the thing he was working on last week. And I'm sure Kelvin, Magdu, do you follow along into Gelly's workshop?
Yeah, I want to make sure to keep an eye on my teammate.
Awesome,
Sure.
Magdu. There's a cat that's following you, a black cat. Just so you know, it seems to have taken an interest in you. How do you handle that? Oh, I'm sorry. I'll check in with Calvin for a second. But Magdu, when you realize that this black cat is following you, how do you handle that? I'm just kind of curious.
1 second. I'm going to pet the cat and pierce the mask on it.
Oh, nice.
This is a weird place, and I don't trust it.
I mean, you shouldn't
And
trust
my
any cats, really.
Teammates have a hard time differentiating which things are weird. So
Roll plus mundane.
that's a 9.
Okay, cool. You get one question.
So first of all, maybe help me pick the question. How does the cat respond to being petted?
It seems cool with it. It doesn't seem to
Alright.
love it. It's more like it deigns to allow you to do so.
Yeah. I want to know, what do you intend to do, cat?
Oh. The cat intends to allow you to pet it until you stop, and then it will observe what is going on and learn as much as it can about Yuan. Oh, you're muted, Leah.
I think that, she kind of speeds up after petting the cat to make sure to keep an eye on him in the OR workshop combination of the two, which isn't true.
Workshop / operating room. Yeah. Operating theater, perhaps. Kelvin, what are you doing as you see everyone else starting to head off towards a / workshop?
I say to Elaine, you have a not human friend here that is helping to carry you on. What are they made out of? They don't seem to be made out of lava or crystalline skin.
They're made of sorcery.
The finest sorcery, it says
So-
happily.
Sorcery looks mostly like a human, but not exactly.
And she sort of stops and goes, well, here it looks mostly like a human, but not exactly. But it always looks almost like the world, but not exactly. That's just the nature of sorcery.
Kelvin nods, unclear how well he's taken this in. But yeah, I think I am interested in following along to see what is going to happen to Yuan, because they said that Yuan could die, and Yuan says that he can't die, and I can't die. So I'm very interested in this question of whether Yuan can die or not.
Besides, we get to see what he looks like on the inside.
Nice. So Galley, after you are laid on his work table, he quickly moves to, because these long tweezers, and he slips on these like glasses, the kinds where you can like flip a bunch of different little lenses to make it more and more where you can down, and he starts reaching, and he's literally just like reaching inside your wound to pull out pieces of cold wrought iron that are broken out, and he keeps dropping it, little slightly bloody pieces in this metal tin bowl. So you have the tink, tink, tink. And while he is healing, this, of course, is a perfect opportunity for anyone who wishes to take pity on poor Yuan and offer him some comfort or support.
Oh, I'll totally do that. I think Kelvin watching says, Yuan, we have been learning about the different categories of people in school, but you don't fit any of them, because you are a human and you are also a fae, but you aren't killed by getting stabbed with cold iron like the fae are, and you aren't killed by getting stabbed with anything like humans are. So you are something special and different from all of them. Isn't that great?
Sounds like you're willing to turn me on with the miracle or the thermodynamic miracle.
Yeah, I don't think it's a turn him
on. Sorry, I'm Monster Hearts.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, thermodynamic miracle is my.
I played Monster Hearts for 3 months straight last end of 2019. It is on the mind. And this is Master Hearts with all our dates.
I mean, you are the Fae, right? So yeah, thermodynamic miracle. When you come to support someone by telling them what makes them unique, roll plus freak instead of mundane.
Yep, you certainly are hitting that move.
All right, so I got a 6, but my freak is 2, so that is an 8.
Sweet, good thing you went with that approach, friend. Cool. So on a hit, they hear you. They mark potential clear condition or shift labels if they open up to you.
I definitely will open up, and I think I will regale Kelvin with the story of Yuan explaining how he was rebuilt. Sinew of silver, tendons of like fell beast leather, all that kind of like epic hero MacGuffin $6 million Fae man thing.
And the cat is paying rapt attention to all of this information.
I think. Go ahead.
I'd like to find a spot to roll a defend of Yuan from just whatever other agenda might be going on here.
Sweet. You should do that. When you defend something from an immediate threat, roll plus savior. You're good at defending.
Yeah, so I feel like just to get a better sense of what I'm defending from, because right now I'm mostly suspicious, right? So I think most of the way Magdu's trying to like stay alert is like using like the kind of senses she uses to use telekinesis to like stay aware of what's moving in this room and see if there's anything that shouldn't be.
Interesting.
It doesn't feel like it's connected to helping him out, and the second she like feels anything like that, she's going to try and like lock it down.
Okay.
Does that make sense for what's going on?
Sure. Yeah.
I'm trying to make sure I am defending him from something, but since she's like staying alert, I'm not sure what he'll be responding to exactly.
Yeah. I would imagine that the main threat that you see in this room is the cat, primarily from what you saw from piercing the mask.
All right. Well, in that case, then like her response to that might be the next time the cat is near the door to like just push it out or try to, and then close the door
Cool. That sounds
telekinetically.
awesome.
Let's see if
Let's see
that
if you
works.
pull it off.
That's an 8 plus, I believe, 2 plus
2
1.
for Savior.
So
Yeah. Nice. You
so
are
that is
built
a
for
10
this.
plus.
Awesome. For NPC threats on hit, you keep them safe. For PC threats on hit, yep. So it's an NPC threat, so you keep them safe. You get to choose one. Add a team to the pool. Take influence over someone you protect. Clear condition. If you take influence over Pale Prince, since you already have influence, you get to shift his labels. Sorry?
Hang on a second. I was looking at what condition I might clear, but I'm insecure, and that means I'm a -2 to defense. This is actually a 9.
Okay. I still, yeah, it costs you. Expose yourself to danger, escalate the situation.
Team pool's currently at 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to
Yes.
ask a question. Do I recognize that cat?
Of course you do.
Who is it?
It's the familiar for the girl on the top picture.
Okay.
Yeah, the top girl who's wearing the like sleeveless colored vest thing.
Okay, and I'll go, okay, puppy, you got to go. This is private.
Okay, so that's you helping to...
That's me helping.
All right. The cat's name is Puppy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for helping out, Elaine. Because I feel like then, if it came to that help to push it from a 9 to a 10, then probably it felt like the cat was hanging on in a way I didn't expect a cat to hang on, in the face of my powers.
Yeah, and as the familiar for a witch, I think what it did was it just used magic to keep the door open for a little bit. You were pressing, stressing, and then all of a sudden Elaine comes, scoops it up, and says, "You gotta go," and you get it out. Do you want to add a team to the pool, take influence over someone you protect, or clear a condition?
I'm clearing that condition.
Good call. Good call. Awesome. Sweet. So after Kelvin supports you and Gally performs this quick surgery on you, how is it? What was the thing that you used to communicate with your mother again?
My mithril hand.
Oh, awesome. Your mithril hand is ringing?
I think he, again, it turns into like a flat surface, and he holds it up. I think like there had to have been some kind of like magic analgesic given to him, and he's I think like his like sapphire eyes like lazily drifting to the left in his socket, and he like looks at like looking straight ahead with one eye. Hello?
And elf light is there represented against your hand in the communication device, and they say, "Cousin, I have arrived at this reality, and I wish to quench my thirst for companionship. Your mother and father have said that you have found me a worthy companion."
Kelvin.
Yes.
I'll like show the thing to Kelvin, and then just like sort of like drunkenly burst out, "He is amazing. A thermodynamic miracle that'll help us understand." What? What are we going to understand?
Thermodynamics.
Oh, what? I got it. I'm so smart. But yet, he's hot, both physically and physically.
Perfect.
Hello.
Are you as hot as a fiery red dragon, Kelvin?
What temperature is a dragon usually at?
I think like Yuan actually blurts out the temperature of Elflight's last boyfriend, Vesuvius.
Oh, only 1,000 Kelvin? I can go higher than that. Yes.
Somewhere, a thunderclap is heard. Well met! You will meet me outside of this place from which I am barred to enter. The party dimension awaits.
Oh, okay. And the hand dissipates, turns back into a hand, and Yuan looks down at himself, then looks up at Kelvin. I need clothes.
And you need to talk to Dominique.
Okay. And Gally, I'm so sorry I was mean. You did so well. My wound looks so clean. I think like while he's like going through the halls, just in case Puppy wants to hear, I want to activate my move. Not so different, and just explain about the time when I was training with my old Fae team, and how the cataphracts and I used to fight, and how the wounds I used to take from the Fae weapons. And I mean, this isn't like the wounds of an adamant glass blade, but so yeah, I think I shall roll plus freak. Ooh, boxcars. That is a 13.
Wow. On a 10 plus, choose 2.
And I think I'm just, I am, well, no, I'm just going to describe the glories of my home.
Lie about your home.
Okay, yeah. Since I was going to lie to Kelvin about it, and since he said so, I will explain to Kelvin that he may not be the only one of his kind, because we have people. We do know of the Jotuns, and they have fire giants, and maybe you are just a young fire giant in pupae form.
Pupae form.
Yeah, Kelvin's eyes go huge at that. Absolutely.
And then I will describe the glories of fighting with stained glass adamant blades and the Fae court, and probably drop maybe a bit of a hint of Fomorian etiquette.
All right.
And I think like while I'm doing that, I'm trying to teach Kelvin how to dance. So like sharing the dances of the Fae while we're moving through the halls drunkenly.
Okay.
But yeah, that's me.
All right. Fantastic. The two of you, they head off. Magdu and Elaine, do you guys follow behind? Or Gally will...
I have to go get dressed, so I have to go and check with Dominique. I'll look back at Tensile and go, do you have something to wear?
Yeah, you're unfortunately, we're not hearing you.
Tensile saying she's going to go home and pick up something from her parents' place.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go get changed.
Which one is Dominique?
She is the mage, the fabulous mage in red. She has the long red hair and the thing, and she wants to design my superhero costume very much, but I told her I had a date tonight, so she's promised me that this won't be a superhero costume. It will be an appropriate outfit to go to the parties that I've got. And then this, I picked out what she's going to go for here. So this is what she's come up with for me. If I could get the link. Here we go. So this is what Dominique has voted that I will be wearing this evening with my violin, and
all right,
to go to these parties, this Fae party and this party
You
of a
dropped
supervillain.
Have you dropped the
Dropped
link
it in the chat. Oh, I did it to Kelvin. I'm sorry.
That's
To
okay.
everyone. Whoop.
I
Sorry,
see you're having a
guys.
private conversation behind our backs. Ha ha! You're discovered.
I'm completely flummoxed by tech because I work
It's
in
all
it.
good. That is a gorgeous. Here, I will share screen so in case we go back and look at this and someone was like, "What are they talking about?" This is what they're talking about. Look at that.
Wouldn't that make a cute little, starter?
Are those pants,
superhero?
or is she wearing like
I
little
have to say, I
shorts?
love the layered belts.
Yeah, it's a skort, I think is the word that you would use for
Neat.
that. Shorts under a skirt.
Love it. Love it. That's cool. She'll look great.
As a tiny bit of bookkeeping, I since we narrated the scene of Yuan, the Pale Prince, trying to teach Kelvin something about dancing with the Fae. Can we say that rolled into a triumphant celebration with someone because we're coming off
fun.
victory? Because
Yeah,
when
let's
that
do that.
happens, I write a lesson based on what made them proud or happy about the actions they took to replace one of my existing lessons. And since you were indeed trying to teach me things, I wonder if you could tell me, what Yuan is proudest of for me to turn into a lesson.
I am proudest to call you family. And I think that I'm teaching you that family is, you can choose your family. You are not born into one family.
Excellent. I will put that down probably as my I am lesson.
Wow, that's cool. So I'd like to, based on like the after stuff of the game, does anyone have anything they want to slip in, or shall we kind of bring things to you guys meeting up at Party Dimension will be where we start off next session? Okay, good. All right. So yeah, let's move to end of session stuff, friends. At the end of every session, each of you will get to choose to grow closer to the team, grow into your own image of yourself, or grow away from the team. I will go in the order that I see people on my screen, starting with Tensile. Hopefully we can hear you, Tensile. Did you grow closer, grow into your own image of yourself, or grow away? I can hear you.
I grew closer to the team, and I definitely pick Elaine, making me feel welcome since she invited us all over to her house full of weird people who are spying on other people on our team.
Mhm.
Yay!
Yay! That's just like every day. So,
But it still feels like it's progress for us. So you already had influence over me, Elaine. So you can shift my labels, and I'm going to take potential, which means I'll pick an advancement for next time.
Awesome. Good choice. So what labels do you want to shift of Magdu's?
She's really... I think here's the thing is, she's been around all the freakiness so much that in theory, I wonder if her freakiness hasn't gone up just a little bit.
That seems appropriate.
And maybe her superior is down a little bit just because she had a hard time today with her mentor.
Okay.
Cool.
I buy that. I'm making the shift.
Okay.
All right, Elaine, subject. Did you grow closer, grow into your own image of yourself, or grow away from the team?
I think I grew closer because finally, the things that are in my life were I could make them part of my friends' lives. And that just sometimes things make sense for a little bit. So I like that a lot. So yes, cool. I'm relevant.
Who made you feel welcome?
I think that was, that's hard because they were all really good. I think maybe Kelvin. Just because Kelvin is so consistently there and he was just flowed with everything and enjoyed it all, and that made it easy.
That's why they call it a lava flow.
Exactly.
Ah, love it.
So,
So did you already have influence over Elaine? Looks like you
Yeah,
did.
yeah, I had that influence. So I will shift your labels. I think I think you're clearly ready to be a superhero. So I am going to shift your savior up and your mundane down.
oh, okay. All
And then
right.
Elaine, you get to clear a condition or mark potential.
Hmm.
You can clear guilty or just take an XP.
I kind of like the guilty, so I think I'll take an XP.
All right. Next is Kelvin.
Yeah, I definitely grew closer to the team. I'm gonna give the influence to Tensile, who gave me clear rules, and then gave me permission to punch when the monkeys hit the fan. So that felt like good leadership to me. So I will hand influence to Tensile.
Okay. And then Tensile had influence, if I remember correctly. So do some labor shifting. That's
Yeah,
just
I
why I
think
ended a little bit early.
I think Tensile wants to see you as more of a savior. But thinks to do that, you need to be able to listen and be guided by others. So it's savior up, superior down.
And then last but certainly not least, that was our Pale Prince.
I definitely grew closer to the team. And honestly, Elaine is like the most relatable person on the team. This place feels right. You live in your own court. This makes so much sense. And I'm
Our own
going,
dimension.
yeah. How did we just meet? We're like soulmates.
Exactly. From different dimensions.
Nice. And then did Elaine already have influence
She
over Yuan?
did.
I think so. So then you get to shift one of Yuan's labels up and another down.
And I'm going to mark potential and take my second advance.
You're just burning through them with all those crap rolls.
So I think I am going to move because he dove into danger. I'm going to move his danger up. And I'm going to move his mundane down because he's having a crazy other dimensional party and he's got a family coming. So this is going to be very unmundane-y.
All
Makes
right.
perfect sense.
Cool. So now we'll go back around for 2 stars and a wish. 2 stars are positive feedback to your fellow players. We're talking about a particular highlight or moment of tonight's session, and then a wish. You'll go ahead and do both stars and a wish. Wish is something you'd like to see in future sessions. So we will start with Magdu Tensile.
All right, definite star to Yuan for just like his otherworldly kindness, which I've really enjoyed as a character choice, like starting from cheering up, the other guy outside the principal's office and just the kind of Fey world you're building of honor. Like, I'm very much enjoying that. And star to Alexi for really leaning into the newborn lessons, which I think is the coolest part of that playbook. So I've really liked getting to see that run. Wish for the future is that while we're a bunch of kind of screw-up teenage superheroes, since we're a bunch of screw-up teenage superheroes, I hope we do come to the rescue in a mess that we ourselves have not made. So that, just especially kind of with the arc into the next game, the next RPG, like, to what extent are these people growing up to take care of the city rather than clean up their own messes?
Right. Yeah, that's a good wish to have. And we're 2 sessions in, and so we definitely need to start to angle towards that. Sherry, 2 stars and a wish.
Let's see here. I think stars to Tensile and Leah for being commonsensical and taking the smart and very mundane route to things to stand in sharp contrast to the rest of us goofballs. We needed that. We need that anchor so much, and I do appreciate it because you did it beautifully and graciously and perfect. And then, I don't know. Everyone's so good in this game. Actually, I'm gonna give you a star, Rich, because you go along with my ridiculous cast of NPCs and make up voices for them on the cuff, and I really appreciated that and enjoyed that. So
good.
Thank you.
Good. You had obviously put a lot of thought in. I was nervous. Like, I hope that I can get close to the voice she had in her head when she picked out these people. So
It was awesome. I pretty much just went, I've got these people, we'll work it out. So that's all. And then wishes, I think I want to see us do something dramatic. I mean, like dramatic, like something bigger that we shouldn't be able to handle.
Okay.
So does that make any sense? I want it to be big.
Sure. The Nova's like, let's face something big.
Yes, that's right. Because we can. We have it in us.
Nice. Alexi, 2 stars and a wish.
Yeah. Big star to Sherry for just the endeavors as a group and a concept and a amazing Pinterest board. I love getting to meet these characters a little more. Love getting to see where Elaine comes from, and that was definitely a highlight in this session. And star to Magdu for consistently pushing on my lessons. Since that is the big extra for the newborn. I really appreciate having someone else on the team using them and giving me instructions that get turned into lessons. The wish also relates to lessons. I want chances for Kelvin to reject his lessons. So like times when to do what needs to be done, he needs to push the lessons away. So I'm hoping to get the chance to see that mechanic go off and that story beat go off. Also, I'm open to just taking a million more conditions because I think I know what I'm gonna choose when I fill up that potential track.
Cool. All right, thank you, Alexi. And last but certainly not least, Sawyer, aka Ferret.
Stars to Kelvin for. It feels like we have a very much Don Quixote Sancho relationship going on with Yuan and Kelvin, except that Sancho is not is like pretty naive as much as Don Quixote is brave. And Rich, a star for you for just I'm just like piecing this world the whole cloth together, and it's just like there is a wonderful little world being built in the magical outside world of Gauntlet Comics I love.
It's pretty crazy. Oh.
And the wish, I want to see Yuan. Like he seems to be very slick. Like he manages, like even though he makes problems, he tends to like be able to get out of them through charm. Mm-hmm. I think like with the Janosch thing, he asked for a date to get out of something. I don't think he actually likes Janosch, and I want to see like the consequences of that.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
I'm thinking at least. Just some kind of I want Yuan to be put in a position where it's harder for him to get out of something with his charm.
Okay. That sounds good. I have ideas. All right. Well, thank you all. I've really enjoyed tonight's session. This has been a very wild and raucous mask series so far. Looking forward to the party dimension and how things shake out there. I'm sure something epic might take place. Cool. So thanks, everybody. We will go ahead and bring things to a close exactly on time. I'm so proud of myself and all of you. See you guys in a week.